So, what are some red flags that you have seen that tell a mom that she has completely dropped herself from the priority list?
Well, she's exhausted, right? Like that's a big red flag. If she's trying to get to the end of the day and probably skipped breakfast, she can't remember the last time she ate a meal sitting down. She's just surviving on those kid snacks. Like those are the things that are like, okay, so we obviously know that you have just totally abandoned yourself.
Do you miss having time for Jesus and yourself, but you're drowning in the responsibilities of motherhood? If so, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Cheryl, wife, girl mom, and Jesus follower. I learned the not so secret ways to become the mom my girls needed by prioritizing Jesus back into my mom life and reclaiming my identity in Christ. If you're ready to build faith while washing dishes, rediscover your identity, and love yourself like your babies do, grab your earbuds and lock that bathroom door for a minute alone. It's time for Mom. Hi, beautiful. Welcome to the Time for Mom podcast. I'm your host, Cheryl, and I am super excited to be introducing my second guest interview today. This is an interview I've been looking forward to for a couple of weeks now. So I'm going to introduce her to you. This is Christa Baker. She's a Christian health coach, wife, mom, and co founder of the Baker Family Fitness. She helps busy Christian families build strength, restore energy, and deepen their connection with God at the center of their health journey. Through her podcast, Strength for Generations, Christa teaches families how to honor God with their health and bring peace back to the process, simplifying what it means to build strength in your body, renewing your mind, and care for your spirit, all without losing precious time with family. Krista's approach focuses on sustainable stewardship rather than quick fixes, helping Christian parents model discipline and self care for their children while breaking free from the guilt and overwhelm that often comes with trying to prioritize health as a busy parent. When she's not coaching families or recording podcasts, you can find Christa eating steaks, lifting weights, loving Jesus, and doing it all his way. Welcome, Christa.
Well, thanks for having me.
I'm excited for this. I've been really enjoying your podcast. So
I think it's the steak part, right?
oh yeah, it's like, hey, finally a health coach who's like, eat steak, not just
Oh
veggies.
my gosh. We have a shirt that says eat steaks and lift weights.
Right? Protein is important. So when we were talking before we got on this call, we talked about some topics. I know I myself have struggled with putting my health on the forefront until I was forced to. And I
Mm,
was wondering if we could speak into that.
okay. So feeling guilty about doing stuff, but trying to put yourself back on that list, right?
Yeah, well, there's guilt, there's busyness, there's, you don't have time, it's not important enough. I mean, the list of lies is endless.
Yeah, for sure.
In your experience, as a health coach, what is the biggest lie that you've had to help moms combat?
You actually just touched on it, that you don't have time. Moms often will tell me that they just don't have time when it's actually we make time for what we value the most. So oftentimes it's more of a priority issue instead of the whole I don't have time to do the thing. Or, I mean, sometimes we're following like a bad plan, but when we lie to ourselves and tell us we don't have time, it's just we're telling ourselves that we don't care about ourselves, that we don't matter. That's what the underlying lie is. I don't know about you, but I've said this to myself is when I tell myself I don't have time, it means that other people and all these other things matter more to me than myself. So that's what I feel like is the biggest area that a lot of us struggle with and the biggest lie that we can tell ourselves.
So when I hear that, something that comes to mind is other people are more important and it is selfish to actually take the time to care for ourselves or take walks by ourselves or with our kids. It's just, wanting to do that physical activity that we're craving rather than catering hand and foot to our children. What have you found to be the biggest difference breaking that lie of this is selfish versus this is a good thing, this is biblical, this is taking care of what God has given us?
Well, I think about a lot of women, they will spend, let's say, 30 minutes researching a vitamin that they think that they should be taking because they're tired. Instead of doing the thing that's actually important to make you not tired, like go and move, that creates energy in the body, or get out in the sunshine and almost like charge up with his beautiful sunshine that he created, right? That like gives us that energy back. So I really think that the whole like guilt that we feel around all of these things, like we need to figure out why things matter. Like we need to actually understand what we're working towards too. There's like a mindset shift that I believe happens when we do that, when we actually say, hey, I matter. I need to do something for myself. But also, I think it's an act of obedience too, because God really does tell us that we are important and that we are to steward our body. And so there's a level of obedience in there.
When you said that we need to do what gives us energy and move around, I'm like, oh, so that's why my kids have so much energy. They're
Right.
constantly moving.
We always said, we're like, how do you guys haven't stopped? But they keep going because it's like it's charging them.
Hmm.
Right? They just have it's like this battery that's inside of them that keeps going. So the more I am just sitting and think about like sitting at your desk. I owned a gym for a while, and during the pandemic, obviously that got shut down. And so I found I was moving a lot when I pivoted my business to be online. I found that I was like, oh, I'm not even moving and I'm now tired and and I was like, oh, this is how my clients feel because they're sitting at desks all day. Or I think that that's the one thing that really just fires us up is like to go and do the thing. Not, it doesn't have to be forever. I know we're talking to your moms who probably, really struggle with a lot of that. So we got to find the right plan. So you don't have to start big. But if we have 30 minutes to spend researching the vitamin, then why don't you give yourself 10 minutes to get outside?
That is a great point because we often have a all or nothing, 1 hour workout or it's not worth doing. But as a health professional, what have you seen that moms actually, how much time have you seen that moms actually need to dedicate to see healthy results?
It depends on their goals and it depends on the strategy. So I start my clients off with 15-minute workouts daily and we take Sabbath because I'm trying to help women understand that they need to build strength and we need to do resistance training. So I don't give them these full 1 hour workouts because if I do that and I say, okay, we'll do three 1 hour workouts on Monday, one kid's sick, Wednesday, the other kid has a play presentation at school, so now they missed that one. And then they get to Friday and they're like, well, what's the point? I'll start again on Monday. I make it so that we don't have to have like a break in anywhere, like where it's so doable because we can all find 15 minutes, regardless if we have a kid hanging off of us or we have kids that have left the home. Like it just depends on where they are. So I always try to like stop whatever roadblock that's going to get in the way and help them find a solution. So it actually doesn't require a lot of time, but the priority really is in the nutrition space too, because we can move, but we have to eat well. And oftentimes we're not doing that.
Oh, Twinkies don't count?
No, they don't. Sorry. I
Oh, I
didn't
have
make it.
eaten a Twinkie once and I was pregnant, so it tasted delicious, but it's just disgusting to think about now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you brought up nutrition. Nutrition, like you said, is very important. I mean, watching my children's reaction to good food versus processed food is definitely witness to that. Is there any advice that you could give to a mom on how to start working her way towards a healthier, more nutritious diet?
Well, I would first start by not labeling food as good and bad. Like when we talk about food in our home, we talk about what we can have sometimes and what we can have always. So my kids can always just go in the fridge and get the fresh stuff out. God gave it to us. It's beautiful. We've taken care of it. It's the stuff that's going to nourish our body. Well, I mean, most of the time, depending on what we have in our fridge. And then there's the sometimes food. So, yes, sometimes I throw the pizza in the oven because it's just been a day. We just don't do that every day because we know it's not going to serve our bodies well. So, even just a language shift around nutrition and food. I have never worked with a client that has come to me and they're like, ever eating enough protein. Most women undereat protein. And so, a lot of the times that leads to us having crashes like spikes all day long and then that afternoon I'm exhausted crash and then I need caffeine or I need a sandwich or a carb to like help me through it. I'm not saying I have problems with carbs, trust me, I am not that type of coach because carbs are very fun. I think we just don't have enough understanding or knowledge when it comes to how to balance out food. One of the things that I see my clients do a lot and the women that I work with is they have these like BLTs, bites, licks, and tastes. So they're always tasting this, licking this, finishing their kids' leftover snacks. When's the last time that we actually sat and fueled our body and just ate and enjoyed a meal instead of the rushed process? When it comes to the whole nutrition, it's not cut and dry, but there's some very easy principles that everyone can follow where we just really start to implement protein with every meal and then don't let fats drop too low because women have hormones. We all have hormones, but women's hormones are definitely a little bit erratic when we don't have enough fats. So there's a lot of almost rewiring and reteaching and educating that I do believe most of us need. I know I needed it. That's why I teach it. And how to just do it one baby step at a time so that we can just stack a little bit on the next.
Yes, so good. So, what are some red flags that you have seen that tell a mom that she has completely dropped herself from the priority list?
Well, she's exhausted. right? Like that's a big red flag. If she's praying to get to the end of the day and probably skipped breakfast, she can't remember the last time she ate a meal sitting down. She's just surviving on those kid snacks. Like those are the things that are like, okay, so we obviously know that you have just totally abandoned yourself. The moms that are signed up for everything, like they feel like they have to be doing the team sports and this and that. Like they say yes to everything and no to themselves. They haven't maybe even bought themselves some new clothes in months because they just take care of all their other kids. I mean, there's times where I've been like, okay, I'm budgeting, so Casey and Bailey are getting new shoes, and then eventually I'll get mine. But it's different when we're just like we totally put ourselves in the back burner, right? A lot of moms will feel, or they tell me these things, like they'll feel guilty if they even take a shower longer than 5 minutes. They're like in and out. I'm like, what? Wait a second. That's like we're supposed to have some alone time. That's the best time that I talk to God in there. I'm like, this is like a good time to have a conversation with the Lord. I don't want to rush that process. Maybe they haven't taken a bath in 5 years. It's another red flag. And another one that I hear quite often is they're exhausted, but they can't fall asleep because their mind is racing too much and they're just so worried about everyone else's needs. So when I see things like this, I'm like, okay, well, it's time to really consider you. And then oftentimes when I'm really working with somebody, I'm trying to help them understand like what they really want. They don't even know how to answer. I don't even know how to answer that. And I'm like, okay, well, let's dig into that a little bit more. And so that often comes like a red flag. And I'm like, we've got some work to do. And it's not just changing your movement. It's not just changing your food. It's actually learning to like put you on the list of things to do.
Yeah, for sure. I completely relate to the no breakfast thing because I was like, who has the time for that? Until my husband started cooking me breakfast and it has made a huge difference. So thankfully, I have a hubby who cares.
Yeah, I've got a good one myself. I'm really blessed.
Like you said, moms have very little time, or at least so they think. So, how do you help moms who say that to themselves find those pockets of time and use those pockets of time for themselves?
First of all, look at it like in its appointment. So let's say we're just trying to figure out, I really want to have time with God. And I need to like get up a little bit earlier to have that quiet time before the craziness starts. It literally has to be put on your schedule until it becomes natural. I don't need to put down on my schedule devotion time. I just do it now because I've done it long enough. But I think even figuring out why is really important as well. Like, why does any of this matter? So I just had a conversation with a lovely woman and I said, it's really important for me to help understand, like, why doing something about this current situation that you're in, why does it matter now? Why not just wait? And if you can answer that question and be like, well, if I wait, I'm going to feel worse. Or if I wait and I feel like I'm just let's say that you have a health goal, maybe you want to lose weight. And if I wait, I'm going to be heavier. I'm going to be less confident. I'm not going to be able to keep up with my kids. I'm going to feel terrible when I put my bathing suit on and I won't be able to like just play with my kids and have fun. Really digging into some of that stuff. And then we literally put it on a schedule as if it's a doctor's appointment. We put our kids' stuff on the schedule all the time. We prioritize all the other things. We find time in the schedule. It means we might have to say no to some stuff and yes to others.
The hardest part for a mom, saying no.
Yeah, but why though? Like that, I don't understand why we feel like we have to say yes to everything. Like who's telling us that? My kids say things to me like, okay, my daughter said something about herself. And I said, who told you that? Because you're just believing a lie. Like that's not from your heavenly father. That's not from your earthly parents. Nobody's telling you that. So something is getting into your head that's telling you that this nobody likes you. It's not true. We start to believe these things because the world has been telling us that we have to do all of these things, that we have to show up for every event, that we're going to be a bad mom if you don't have all the heart-shaped crackers cut out for your kids on Valentine's Day. Like we are just a world of it it's just a distraction.
For sure. In this world of trying to stay healthy as a mom or not trying to stay healthy as a mom, needing to reframe things, how big of an impact would you say that being healthy is going to have on a mom's ability to serve her family? Because a lot of moms will do things for others before they'll do it for themselves. So, by getting healthy, how much is that going to impact her ability to be that mom that she wants to be?
So for me, when I look at a woman, a mom who wants to start getting healthy, my goal, first of all, is to figure out what we really want to work towards. Like, can we articulate, can we actually say the words that we really want in our lives? Can I actually say the word, I would like to lose 25 pounds and I would like to put on my bathing suit this summer and feel comfortable around my friends. I would like to wake up on Sunday morning and put my favorite dress on and not feel self-conscious. Can we say those things? So we do that work first, and then we start to pivot and figure out me not feeling good, me not feeling strong, me not feeling confident, where is that impacting me in other areas of my life? So is it causing issues with me feeling confident and comfortable with my husband? Most likely, most of us feel that way. I feel the exact same way at times. Is it impacting how I show up as a mom? And so we're handing down to the generations our own issues. And so we haven't broken off any of the those strongholds that maybe are on your family. Like if our families have had struggles in their health long term, well, we're going to pass that down to our kids if we don't break it off. And so I think really making sure that we reframe and we tell ourselves that we are worth it because we are made in his image and that it's okay for me to care for myself instead of being like, well, I deserve this. This is like my mom time. It's God entrusted me with this body to serve him and others well. And so we start to reframe. We start to ask things like, how can I care for myself so that I can care for others? Because we are made to serve. But it doesn't mean that we don't get to fill our own cup up. We all deserve to feel good and strong in our own bodies. I think that that covers it all.
Something that our church says is you can't serve with an empty cup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you see that analogy all the time, like the half, like we see things like that are half full or half empty, or you put your oxygen mask on first,
Hmm.
or, and I also think, I'm like, I don't know, in a situation like that, I think I'd put the oxygen mask on my kids first. I still feel that way. They're getting older, so now they'd probably be able to reach. But it's true. Like we serve, we serve, we show up, we work, we do all the things. And when you're not well, you can hide that for so long, but your body's breaking down inside, and it's going to give you a signal. And that signal sometimes looks like bad news from the doctor. Sometimes it looks like an injury. And then you can't actually go and move anymore. So we just want to catch those things before that stuff happens because we are in control of all of that.
In our microwave society, we are kind of programmed to be like, oh, get on this diet for 10 days, lose 10 pounds, which is a really bad idea. But, do this workout and in 30 days you'll have the beach bod of your dreams and all that kind of stuff that is completely false. How much time does it take with building this in? I know it varies so much, but how much
Yeah.
time does it take over time for a mom to really start seeing the benefits of those healthy choices that she's making?
What I see in my own personal program working with people is usually by like week 3, the taste buds have changed. I don't even desire these things. Oh, wow, I feel so much more energetic. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that's all it took for me to really do this well. Because there's a knowledge place too we have to learn. We have to learn what's more like higher priority than the other things. Like I always say, like focus on the macro issues versus like the little micro ones. Everyone's always worried about the supplement and the vitamin. I'm like, hang on a second. We're skipping a step. We got to go over here first. Really, 15 minutes a day and then meal planning. You have to meal plan. Don't think that you can't get away and meal plan. There's no surprise that we have to eat at least 3 times a day. So we should be planning ahead and making sure that that's a priority because that is you putting yourself on the list. That's you being prepared and cared for as well. And if nobody else is helping with that, then you've got to really put yourself out there and do that. But it actually doesn't take a lot of time. I think it takes more time to spend sitting at a doctor's office. It's just back to the priorities issue, right?
Yeah. One of the things that comes to mind is I had an injury that I've had for literally God only knows how long. And it didn't pop up until my health had degraded to that point. And I've spent the last 2 years trying to recover from it. And I'm still in recovery mode. So I'm going to ask you, if I can, a personal question.
Yep.
What kickstarted you with your podcast and your focus of generational health?
I don't want to be a burden to my family. And I don't mean that in like I'm a burden way, but I look at some generational stuff that happened in my lineage that I've had to break off for my girls. So being a mom, I was already into, wellness, but for the wrong reason. It used to be I want to look a certain way and I felt like I had to be fit in this little box or whatever, right? Whereas now when I had my girls, it became more about showing them, raising them in a way that they love and honor themselves. And I was also saved 10 years ago, so now I have Jesus to bring into the journey. So I didn't have him during those years, and those years were really dark for me and really, really hard. And now I look at the wellness and I think I want to do more. I want to be better for them. They've just light my world up. More is caught than taught. They learn from us. Sure, they learn from us, but they see what we're doing And so I wanted to always teach them how to really love themselves. And that's the thing that's like driven me. I know that they deserve to have a really healthy mom. I have a mom right now that is slowly dying of Parkinson's, and just watching her literally deteriorate, like, I don't know if it's going to be a good conversation, and then maybe it might be, and I feel guilty. I feel terrible because sometimes I avoid the call, the conversation, because it's like really hard on my heart. It hurts me so much to see her live in a bedroom all the time and not get out. And I'm like a doer, so I might just do it. But I'm not the one suffering from this disease. And I don't think she chose this, but I think that there's better choices that we can take now so that our generations aren't impacted. And I also don't want Casey and Bailey to have to take care of me because I didn't. So long term, I want them to go and live their lives, and I want to be well enough to be. I've worked with way too many people that can't even get on the floor and play with their grandkids. Like, we should be able to get on the floor. We should not rely on chairs. So that's my drive.
It's a pretty powerful drive.
Thanks.
As you were talking, yeah, so many memories and things that I've seen definitely makes sense. So wrapping up, is there anything else that you would like to address, would like a mom listening to hear?
I want the moms to understand that it's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to break free from that guilt, and it's also okay to ask for help. We tend to just want to do it all, and because we can, right? We're strong. We've been told that we have to do it all, and I really don't think that that's been good advice. Because we have like this feminine energy that needs to come out. Other, like, when we live on that guilty and do everything for everyone else, it's a very masculine energy. It's not a soft, gentle one. And I think that a lot of us need to come back to wanting to feel a little bit more feminine. I know that's something I had to work on deeply myself. I don't have to be this aggressive powerhouse, go get it all the time. I can be soft and allow myself to just take some space and set some clear boundaries around the things that I need. And to be honest with your husbands, if you're married, they need to know that this is not okay. And perfectly, they're going to be considerate of that for you. It's time to get rid of the mom guilt. We don't need that. That's what the world wants. We have Jesus.
I've seen a lot that when moms become moms, they just do everything and they cut themselves off or get cut off because the relationship dynamics change so much in motherhood and we become convinced, like you said, we've got to do it all and then we tend to try to do it all alone.
Mhm.
And we were never designed. It wasn't just man who wasn't it wasn't good for him to be alone. It's not good for us either.
No, and we are the helper. And I'm like, you go and provide then.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, let's get rid of that mom guilt and be healthy and, like you said, not be a burden to our families and be able to play with our kids without our back hurting
100%. Yeah, your
or
health
our
isn't
knees.
it's not selfish, it's stewardship.
Hmm.
And I've also told people this, and some people have given me a little bit of pushback. I'm like, if you don't care about yourself right now, why don't you just do it because God told you to? Because you're doing all the stuff, the other stuff that He told you to. So just do it for Him, and then He will reward you with it. And some people don't like that advice, but I'm like, well, we want to be able to serve Him and love others well. And He's asked us to be obedient. And I know a lot of people don't like that word, but it's part of what He commands and what He wants from us. So you don't have to feel bad about it anymore. Just steward your body well.
A while back, I was thinking about the whole love your neighbor as yourself, and it got me to thinking that if I loved my neighbor as myself, I would probably hate to be my neighbor. It's like we don't make that connection of love your neighbor as yourself, not love your neighbor like you wish you were loved.
I think about the things that I might say to myself if I caught my daughters saying that about themselves, like,
Oh,
how would I feel? Or if you sat with your friend and just sat and had a coffee and you talked to them the way that you talk to yourself, they're
hmm.
not going to be your friend.
That completely revolutionized my view of body image when I had my girls. It's
Mm,
like, oh,
yeah,
oh.
I was really mean to myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not okay. And it's not biblical, but somehow we bought into that lie. All right. Well, I have so enjoyed speaking with you, Krista. Is there a place that my listeners could find you? I know you're on your podcast, Strength for
Mhm.
Generations. Is there any other place that they can connect with you?
Yes, absolutely. They can message me on Instagram, Baker Family Fitness, or Facebook, but I'm fasting from it on the weekends and outside of my work hours for the Lord. That was my Lent option. But yeah, email anything like that. I'm an open book. Feel free to message.
Okay, and all of those links are going to be in the show notes. So if you're interested in connecting with Christa, learning more about her program, listening to her amazing podcast, just scroll down and the links will be in there. So until next week, beautiful, I just pray that this conversation has helped you see health in a whole new light and that your body is important for a lot of reasons. It's important to take care of yourself out of obedience to God so you can care for your family. And also, so you can show your family how to be healthy. We are all leaders as moms, whether we want to be or not. And I just pray that this conversation has helped you. Until next week, love, Cheryl. Hey, beautiful. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share this with a mom who's wading through those mounds of laundry and dishes and wishing for just a little me time? Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It makes my day to know this podcast has helped you. Well, it's time for me to wash more dishes and cook more food. I'll meet you next Wednesday for another episode. Until then, may the God of grace fill you with his peace.